It's about that time of day again, folks. Welcome back to your nightly newsletter, boys and girls. Joseph James here. It's Monday evening, November 30th, 2015. Last day of the month of November. Tomorrow we begin that beautiful month of December. What a beautiful time of the year. Hope you guys had a great weekend, by the way. Feels good to be back in the office here today. Hope you guys enjoyed the Thanksgiving holiday. Nobody lost any fingers or toes on Black Friday, I hope. Hope I didn't see any of those YouTube videos at Walmart, did I? I told you, go to Amazon. Today was Cyber Monday. All right. Big news that are in store for you guys tonight. We get a week filled with major news. This is probably going to be one of the biggest weeks of next year, right? We got OPEC on Thursday, ECB on Thursday. We got Yellen on Thursday. Non-farm payrolls are on Friday. We'll talk about that a little bit later on in the week. But let's just put it this way. We got a big week in front of us. Crude oil is bearish with a spike in channel this evening. The best trade tomorrow will be waiting for buyer failures on the oil market. S&P, very similar on the S&P. Boy, the S&P, wait till you see this chart. If you get seasick, don't look left on the S&P right now. S&P is bearish after buyers tried and failed as well. They sure gave it a good try, though. We got a spike in channel that finished the day off in the S&P, so the plan is pretty similar to oil. We're looking for buyer failures on the ES. Gold, what is going on with the yellow metal right now? Rollover is what's going on. I swear they just picked the day out of a hat with that GC contract. Gold is suffering from an identity crisis this evening after rolling forward the 216 contract. Today's move higher looks quite fragile, so we're looking for selling opportunities if these buyers fail. I got a plan on gold. Wait till you see this. Euro is range bound with a bearish bias after today's descending triangle. Descending. There's an S in there, kids. Giving us lower highs, double bottoms. The most reliable trade on the euro for tomorrow is going to be selling up around range highs. We got a plan for you guys on that. Before we jump into our plan for crude, the E-mini S&P, gold, and the euro, I want to remind you guys, don't forget to make sure you're watching this video on our trading blog right now. If you're watching the video on our YouTube channel, there's a link right in the description of the YouTube video. Make sure you read the information in that description as well. A couple reasons why. First of all, upper left-hand corner. If you're not a member of School of Trade and you'd like to get a free pass, come out and attend our live trade room. Grab your free pass, upper left-hand corner. In the lower left-hand corner, right above my ugly mug, you'll see a spot to register for our nightly newsletter mailing list. Now all you need is your email account. I'll send you an email every night. When that newsletter is ready to go, give me your name, your email address, and then check your inbox to verify the email. Right below the video tonight, you'll see a spot to download all the charts in tonight's video. And then over on the right-hand side, you can register for our trial membership, right? You'll learn more about how we trade here at School of Trade. You can learn more about our 3 levels of membership. And don't forget, we always have someone standing by here 24/7, 365 to give you guys a hand. Now you know the deal. Many of you know already. Let's jump right in. Hope you guys, again, had a great holiday weekend. Let's talk briefly about news. We really don't have a lot of the major news until Thursday, Friday. Tomorrow you're going to see middle of the morning news tomorrow. Wednesday is going to be the the inventory report. Not to be a surprise, though. That is not the news we're worried about for Yellen. The news we're worried about for Yellen comes on Thursday and Friday. Thursday is the ECB announcement. Okay, we expect them to go even deeper into negative territory. So if you're a euro trader or a gold trader, be watching on Thursday morning. We'll talk more about this as we go. This is the one that you want to worry about, though, for Yellen. Thursday's got potential to be a pretty slow day after Yellen hits the microphone. That's her semi-yearly testimony on Capitol Hill, right? Janet Yellen, our Fed chairperson. She's going to be testifying twice a year. This is one of them. This is one of those major times. If you're a member of mine, I just produced the new SOT 3.0. In the beginners section, I talk about all the major calendar events of the year. So log into your beginners course, and you'll learn why this is the important Yellen speech and not that one on Wednesday. Not that she's not important on Wednesday, but the one on Thursday is the one folks will be watching. The big fireworks, though, will come on Friday. Friday, we got the employment report. But remember, this is that December 4th OPEC meeting on Friday this week. So we got a lot going on this week. Thursday, we got Yellen and ECB. Friday, we got non-farms, and we've got OPEC on Friday. Remember, just a week ago, the Saudis, they tried to fan the flame a little bit, right, by talking about making some concessions. This is going to be fun to watch, folks. I wish I could be a fly on the wall, right? No U-curve production. No U-curve production. Well, we did it last time. No U-curve production. Somebody in the OPEC family is going to have to stop pumping so much of that black gold out of the ground, and who knows who it's going to be? Maybe nobody. Maybe they'll all stop. Who knows? We'll see. But Thursday, Friday, that's your big news this week leading into this. And then that's going to put the feet to the fire to the Fed at their next meeting in a week and a half. So this is going to be exciting. This is the stuff we live for as traders right now, right? Politicians making them squirm. Okay, you know me though. It's all about the charts. The charts give me all the information that we need to know. I just need to know when that major news is. Remember, I don't care what the news says. All I care about is two things. When is the news scheduled, and what is the reaction on the chart? No television, no radio, hell no internet news websites. That's for darn sure. Okay, so stay tuned for more later on this week. What's going on with crude? Somebody needs to resuscitate this market. Started off with a nice bullish penny this morning, right? We spent the majority of the early morning looking for buying opportunities, right, as we were going higher. And then sure enough, boy, we saw this as being a significant high, but then they collapsed right back down the moving average, and you can see they followed it up, but just right back down into a bearish spiking channel. So, I mean, literally, they're getting the paddles warmed up right now to start shocking this thing. You know, they keep saving it at $39 a barrel. Have you noticed that? Every time this mark gets into $39 a barrel, some shenanigans get pulled out. A week and a half ago or a week ago, it was the Saudis who shook things up. Let's see what they do this time. Something tells me here's a crazy prediction that you should not take to the bank and has no validity to it, but I'll bet we're back around 39, let's say around Friday, right? Just in time for the news to come out and pop it back up again. When's rollover? Anyways, crude oil is bearish with a spike in channel. So the best trade tomorrow will be waiting for buyer failures after a push higher. Now look closely. We're at the lows of the trading range from today, which tells us buyers will likely try to rotate this price higher. But the bearish spike in channel reminds us to look for them to fail the rotation and sell it back down to the range lows. Now here's how it always goes. I cannot predict tomorrow. You can't, nobody can. All professionals do is we understand first, where's the most reliable trade? Second, what's the entry trigger? Third, how do I manage my risk? That's all we can do. Anybody tells you differently, I don't know what tomorrow's going to bring, okay? Now, with that said, here's what I do know. What I do know is that we are at the low of a range. What I do know is that we have rotated from the low up to the high. Tag your it down to the low, right? This should sound very similar to what we said last time in the newsletter. What's going to happen now with this rotation? It's going to try to go higher. So should I be a bull? Well, what else do we know here? Again, I do expect price will want to go higher. At the very least, just to let some of these sellers take some profit, right, and get some presents for the kids on Cyber Monday. So we know that we have the bearish spike in channel. This is the second clue that we know. This is what we know. Okay, what we don't know is where it's going to go next. What we know is we get a range rotation and we get a bearish spike in channel. That bearish spike in channel says, careful being a buyer, wait for price to pull higher. I want to see two significant tries from the buyers, and then we're looking to sell, right? So wait for the buyers to try twice and fail, two significant attempts from the buyers, and then we're looking for the trigger, which we'll know tomorrow, to send it back down to those lows. I don't know where the trigger is. I don't even know if we're going to get the trigger. But I do know, though, that if we do spike higher here, you know what I'm looking for tomorrow. Then, keep in mind, if we do, let's say we do run all the way up to this high, because that's where the buyers are going to try to get it, right? That's where rotation target is. Again, I have no idea what's going to happen tomorrow. What I do know, though, is that if it rises higher and can't get to that rotation target, two tries, sell it back down. If we do get to the rotation target at 42.56, why is the target up there? Because of range rotation. Tag your it, tag your it, tag your it, right? Rotation, rotation, rotation. If we do get to range rotation target at 42.56, right? Give or take a tick or two, we look for the same thing, right? Two tries, Buyers fail, whoop, right back down to those range lows. The only variable right now is if we take a nosedive, right? If we go lower, we've really got a trouble here. If we spike lower, right? Somebody, I can't recall when I said this last week, but I remember saying this to a friend of mine who said, it's very confusing to be a day trader. I said, what's confusing is when people forget the two simple rules. What are the two simple rules? Buy low, sell high. Buy low, sell high. Buy low, sell high. Are you going to sell right here? What happens if you sell right here? You're selling low. What happens if I sell up here? You're selling high. Okay, so now that you know the rules, and I know I'm really oversimplifying it, but guys, that's the basic fundamentals, right? Okay, so now price goes lower. We already know what the plan is if price goes higher. If price goes lower, do I sell then? No. Why? Buy low. Right. Don't sell low. Buy low. Okay. The problem, though, is I can't be a buyer right now. Not for the high probability trades. Why? Right. Spike in channel. Got it. Okay. So what's the best way to do it? If we go lower, what do you do then? You got to wait for it to go higher and then sell high, right? Okay. That's the plan for tomorrow. Any questions? Come out and see me tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. Eastern Time. We're going to do this all together. Don't forget the ABCD on the way down that comes along with a old spike in Chanel. Okay? Now you know what the plan is for tomorrow on the oil. Again, buy low, sell high. Buy low, sell high. It's so simple. But, of course, everyone wants to overcomplicate it. Let's keep going. I have to warn you, right? If you got little children or you get seasickness or you're scared of heights, do not look left right now. Oh my goodness, I feel bad for long-term traders. I would not want to have to know where this is going. I do see the U.S. economy chugging along for the foreseeable future, but where we're going the next 72 hours, your guess is as good as mine. Here's what I do know. Again, I can't predict tomorrow, but here's what I know. I know that right now the E-mini S&P is bearish after the buyers. Boy, these buyers, they really gave it the old college try. I mean, look at this move up today. Jumps up. And then it's like they pulled a string and whoop, right back down. So buyers, I love you guys, but you got smoked on that one. So buyers definitely gave it a try, boy, right back down, almost as if just to get out of the system. Now we have this bearish spiking channel, right? So bearish spiking channel, very similar to what we just saw in crude oil. You're exactly right. E-mini S&P is bearish. Buyers tried and failed miserably. I mean, didn't even hold the moving average at all. Right now, we got a bearish spiking channel that finished the day. Now you know the plan on crude. Now you can probably finish my sentence here. So what's the plan? Look for price to go up, 2 significant tries, right? And of course, right back down again. Where will we be looking for the buyers to go to? Up at the highs, a little bit of resistance. We're pretty much right there right now. Look for those buyers to fail and right back down, and there's your spiking channel, A, B, C, D, on the way back down. I see you 2070. I see you 2070. Not sure we're going to get there tomorrow. But as of right now, again, look left. You can see we're kind of at the lows of this little multi-day junk fest, right? You can see here, right? We're definitely seeing some bottom pickers down here. So I definitely think that's going to result in price jumping higher. Spiking channel coming off the lows of that range. Again, buy low, sell high. The higher it goes, the more I like it. Buyer failure, sell it right back down. The bottom line, you can't sell here yet, right? You don't want to sell that low, so get it up off those lows, up around those highs. Again, beginning of the spike, beginning of the channel is really where the ideal part comes. So right now, you're good to go here in the Asian session, right back down. We'll take a look at this tomorrow morning, live in real time, and see what it looks like in the U.S. session. How about another one of these markets? This market again. Okay, so we all know how crazy gold is, right? This, of course, is the yellow metal. This is a classic. This literally will go in my book of typical things that we see on gold. What the hell is going on right now with this market? I'm going to chalk this big move up, right, this big move down as just a market mistake. Now remember, if you're looking for the world's most complicated rollover schedule, gold is your market. I swear at the NYMEX, they're kicking the can around in the old pit and just going, hey, Bill, You want to roll? You want to roll today? Okay, we'll roll today. No, I think so. Next week, we'll just do it today. I'm going to be out of town next week. And they just do it today. I've been doing this for a very, very long time, and I couldn't honestly tell you. Maybe somebody can teach me. Send me an email, jj@schooloftrade.com. Does anybody know when the hell this thing rolls over? Like for real rolls over? Because I can't figure it out. I know there's a rule out there. Have you read the rule book yet? Apparently, I'm lacking a few IQ points to understand this. The bottom line, though, is you're trying to make sense of this. It's the 216 contract on gold. So we've definitely rolled, right? We've definitely rolled here. That's for sure. When they decide to roll, who the hell knows? This is going to be I see this as being a whoops-a-daisy, a market mistake that is quickly rebounded today. And you'll notice I'm hesitant to really call it a bear flag, right? I'm definitely hesitant to call it a bear flag, but I'm going to trade it tomorrow. That's going to be really the most reliable stuff to trade on gold tomorrow. Gold is suffering from an identity crisis this evening. We rolled forward to the 216 contract. We got that market mistake going lower. I mean, look at that. That's 2 candlesticks in one day. Something's not right there, right? So clearly volume very low. It drops like a rock. Think of it as one big gap, right? They filled the gap back up now. Now can they hold it? That's the way I see it right now. I honestly do think that wise traders on gold will be better off waiting another 24 hours. Just get a little more candlesticks in this chart right now. But in my opinion, it's dangerous to call this a bear flag just because a flag won't usually last this long, right? So usually a flag will do something like this. It won't last this long. It'll last a little while, but it's a bearish pattern. It's going to eventually fall apart and come right back down. We're going on this huge flag, right? So it's like that's not a flag. It's just not. It's a bull channel with a kind of a whoops-a-daisy in it. You know what I mean? So my plan for tomorrow will be, can they hold this low? I'm gonna be a little bit hesitant. Again, I really do think the wise traders out there are probably going to be sitting on sidelines until probably the end of tomorrow. I want to see buyers try a few times here. If they fail, then we'll go running after that low. That's really the only way I can confidently advise trading this for tomorrow. The market mistake, the rollover gives me a little bit of the heebie-jeebies right now. We corrected. I see that as being more of like a gap fill. Again, just kind of filling that gap, where we came from. So it may push higher, but right now I'm looking for buyer failure. I'm looking for buyer failure. See it as a flag, trade it as a gap fill, and look for buyer failure. But again, be careful tomorrow, right? Be careful. Whoops, my mistake. They corrected the mistake, filled the gap. Now the buyers, they're going to have to hold this thing now. They had a good reason to buy it before, that gap to fill. That's the way I saw it, at least, is one big gap fill. But now they're going to have to prove it. Now they're going to have to put the big boy pants on and really hold that pullback. If they can't hold that pullback, then you know where it's going. It's going to be going back to that 54 area, and that's what we're looking for tomorrow on the gold. Last but not least here, kind of the easiest market of the day today, on the euro. Euro range bound with a bearish bias after today's descending triangle. Kept giving us lower highs, right? Double bottom, quadruple bottom. I still don't know what the hell this is. This is another one of those, these are the things that you only get after a holiday. Remember, holidays create scarcity. This is the reason why the exchanges don't like to be closed. When scarcity happens, right? What would happen if I told you that this is my last newsletter? Oh, I know. You'd probably celebrate. I'm sure you would. I'm sure you would celebrate. I'm kidding, right? But if I told you I'm going to be gone for 3 weeks, right? You'd probably try to get the most out of this newsletter, right? I know. Just lie to me, will you? Just lie to me. Tell me it's valuable to you. So the reality is that when the market's closed for a few days, traders who have a job to trade for their clients, I know that we just, we speculate, right? We trade for fun and sport, but there are actually people out there, kids, that actually go to a job every day. They report to their desk at Goldman. Their job is to hedge with the futures markets. So what happens is they've got to place trades before the holiday, and then they have to place trades after the holiday. So that's what I see this as being right now, right? It's the only way to explain it. Again, you're trying to make sense of something that doesn't make sense sometimes, and you have to just kind of give it your best shot. So right now we know we have, again, markets coming out of the holiday weekend. We know we had some closures. We know we have the descending triangle. This is an easy pattern to trade. The hard part's going to be, what's the rule? Right, buy low, sell high, buy low, sell high. We're low right now. What should I do right here? I should buy, right? So I should be a buyer at the low. But no, we have a bearish wedge. So being a buyer right now is going to be pretty risky. It's going to be aggressive. Okay, you're more than welcome to buy it, but just make sure, though, that you use this as a measured correction, right? Make sure you take your profit. Ultimately, think of this like a range. That's how it's going to be traded. It's traded like a range. We go from the high down to the low. We'll expect rotation back up at the high, but of course, because it's a bearish wedge, we're going to look for that rotation to fail. Very similar to crude. One try, two tries, failure, back down, targets, right? And we're off for the races. So scenario one, we go up. We actually do get to 0598. We'll probably test the 0600. Again, sell the high. Right. Sell highs. Don't buy. Sell. Right. Sell highs. Scenario two, we go higher. We see them try once. They'll pull back. Right. Buyers take profit. They'll try again. There's your significant second try. If they fail there, you know where those stop losses are going to be, right? Selling right into those stop losses. Second try fails. Target. Okay, what's third scenario? Well, dot the I, cross the T. Okay, third scenario is we go lower. If we go lower, exactly like I talked about with crude oil, you can't sell this. Repeat after me. I will not sell low. Okay? I can barely even say it. Sell low, right? You shouldn't even be able to say that word. Okay? Don't sell low. So what do I do then, Joe? If it goes lower, what am I going to do? Measured correction. That'll rope in the buyers. The buyer's going to buy that next pullback, and you sell right into their stops. Capiche? The force is strong in this one. All right, so we know what not to do if it goes lower. If you're going to be a seller because it's a bearish wedge, right? That descending triangle with an S and a C. That descending triangle, we're looking to sell, buyer failure. Get it up off these lows, sell into those buyers' stop losses. And don't forget, guys, now you get a plan. Buyer failure on the euro. Gold and the old whoops-a-daisy. Again, get those buyers to hold if they can't. We're going lower here, suckers. On the S&P is looking pretty good right now for a failure, but we'll see how it looks tomorrow morning in the U.S. session. And, of course, last but not least on the crude, good old faithful, right? Somebody breathe some life into this thing. Same thing on crude. Get it up off this low. It doesn't matter if we go rotation all the way high, right? We'll look to sell it back down. If it fails, two stable tries, back down, and don't forget about that long-term measured move target for your rotation targets going back lower. Guys and gals, it's great to be back. We got a full week ahead of us here this week. We got the next 3 weeks are going to be some of the best we're going to get as far as volatility. Make sure you wear your helmet later on this week. We got Tuesday and Wednesday free sailing here until we start getting chopped up by Miss Yellen and, of course, the OPEC report, non-farms on Friday. We'll talk more about that as we go. Before I let you guys go, thank you so much, by the way, for all the well wishes. That was very kind of all of you to email me over the holiday weekend. Great to hear from you guys. I always love getting your emails. I'm JJ at schooloftrade.com. Don't save any, don't pull any punches. I want to know the good, bad, and the ugly. I love your feedback, so please send it to me. Also, don't forget, share this video with a friend. And if you got some free if you got some free time right now, I just published the new SOT 3.0. 3.0. That's a lot. That's like more than 2.0. You can of course learn all about it by joining our free trial here at SOT. And don't forget, I've always got someone standing by 24/7, 365 to give you guys a hand if you have any questions along the way. My name is Joseph. You guys get out of here now. Rest up. We got a busy day tomorrow. Be well out there. Be nice to each other. Right? Don't forget to let the deals come to you on Amazon for for Cyber Monday. I can't get that cardboard box guy out of my head right now for that ad over the weekend. Let the deals come to you. Oh, you got to love it. You got to love the capitalist retail society that we live in, that is the United States. You got to love it. Guys and gals, I'm out of here for now. I'll see you tomorrow. Trade Room opens up tomorrow morning at 8 a.m., and we'll do it all again with the newsletter. Same time, same place. Adios, amigos. Bye-bye for now.